Hi everyone, Antifa is here in Minneapolis throwing a special event. Let's go check it out and see what they're up to. Follow me. I had the right to ask what I was doing wrong.
You don't have any rights to stay in my business. As a small business owner, I can ask whoever I want
Turn your phone off.
to leave.
But I had the right to ask why I was being disruptive. So I was in there, the Antifa event, and randomly this one lady came up and said that she needed to talk to me. I asked who was she. She said she is the owner of the business. I got up and went with her because it was not an option. And she brought me to the back area with her and a bunch of guys and said, I've been being disruptive. I said to them, how am I being disruptive? And they said that they've been receiving complaints. I was not being disruptive. They said I had to leave the property. This was her business, and I had to leave right now. So then they brought me out the back way, which I did. I should have videotaped the whole thing. They said, turn my phone off. And I walked to the parking lot. It was not fast enough for these people, apparently. I asked her again, how am I being disruptive? She said I was videotaping the event. There was nothing saying that you cannot have your phone or not being videotaping. Nobody was complaining about me being in the event. You guys saw me videotaping. I was not being disruptive. She brought me around 25 guys that were Antifa, that were wearing riot gear, just like in DC. And she said it's her business and I have to get off of the property right now. And it doesn't mean dilly-dally. And she continued to escalate the situation with her Antifa people. She said she owns this business and I cannot even be on the parking lot property. I was asked to leave, so I was leaving. I went out the back way and she followed me in the parking lot and she said, nope, you need to get off of the property completely, and started complaining I wasn't doing it fast enough. One of the Antifa men had a baseball bat, another one had a cattle prod. They decided to give me 30 seconds, and they also threatened to call the police on me while holding weapons, wearing their Antifa riot gear with a cattle prod and a baseball bat. And one of them knew my name and said Danielle, and said, good luck in your run. And then when we were driving off, he flipped me off. I want to know, how do they know who I am? And why did I get kicked out of a public event that they put online? There was no sign saying no videotaping. I was not being disruptive. Antifa sucks. It was so random. I had been videotaping and I had set my phone down, and then the lady came up and said, I need to talk to you. And I asked who she was, and she said she's the owner of the venue. And I said, what do you want to talk to me about? She said, come with me now. And she brought me to the back and said that I had to leave because I was being disruptive. I said, how am I being disruptive? And she said that there was complaints and I was videotaping. If that was the case, they should have had a sign saying no videotaping, no cameras. Nobody was complaining. Nobody else seemed to have a problem except for her and the Antifa people in the back, the Antifa people in the smoking area, and then the Antifa people in the parking lot. I feel like that is very, very shady behavior, and I think it's pathetic and cowardly. The other part was she said I was not morally aligned to be there. I want to know how you can tell that just by looking at me. I'm sure I wasn't the only one videotaping there. And what a joke. I'm curious, how do they know my name? And how is that legal to threaten to call the police on me when you have a whole bunch of you in riot gear and weapons? Who do you think you are? A bunch of losers is what you are. Funny part is I didn't even bother to hide my tattoos there, so I don't understand how you can tell by looking at me I'm not morally aligned to be there. And I was being very respectful. I didn't videotape the people there. I was tempted to videotape the people there and take their pictures because it was interesting, the people that were there. But I was not being disruptive, and to bring me out there and then threaten violence, to me, come on now. If I was being disruptive, that would make some sense. If they had a sign saying no videotaping, that would make some sense. But I didn't have to sign anything to come in there. It was open to the public. They posted it all over the internet. And the lady came and singled me out and was like, I need to talk to you. And she got mad because I said, who are you? I don't need to get up and go talk to somebody I don't know who they are. And for it to be brought to the back of the business and then outside with more Antifa people, and then to be in a parking lot and to have them threaten to call the police while holding weapons, make up your mind. You're either going to threaten to call the police or you're going to threaten me with a weapon. You cannot have it both ways. And I'm allowed to videotape. They can control it in their business. They cannot control it in the parking lot. And why are they so upset? Antifa, to clarify, the parking lot did not belong to that lady. The parking lot was a shared property. There's other businesses nearby. She has no right. Once I'm in the parking lot, I was obviously cooperating. I just wasn't moving fast enough for her and her gang of thugs of Antifas. She does not get to say, I can't videotape what's going on when I'm being threatened. And she cannot enforce rules in the parking lot that I cannot have my phone. She was asking for it. She looks like that unhinged liberal meme. That's what she looks like. And you guys weren't really missing much anyways. It was a bunch of whining and complaining about the border crisis and blaming it on the right, because everything is always conservatives' fault. And they were bashing the military as well.